Hi Booktube, it's Stephanie. Today I decided that I want to share some of my bookish memories with you. And I have 3 specific memories that I want to talk to you about. So let's just get started. The first one, that's very nostalgic, especially since I'm now on Booktube myself. And that is A Natural History of Dragons by Marie Brennan. This was the first fiction book that I read in several years after a reading slump that lasted like 8, 9, 10-ish years. And during those years I had sometimes read a non-fiction here and there, but I hadn't read any fiction during that time, and this was the first one, and I read this just after I discovered Booktube, and this was the first book that I also read to fulfill one of the prompts, don't remember which one, for the reading quest. And that was the month, the 4 weeks where I finished 8 books in 1 month, after like I've read and finished 1 or 2 books in a year the years before. So this is very nostalgic for me. I doubt that I will ever get rid of this book because of what it stands for me. It stands for me coming back to reading. Next, we have a type of book that if you live in Sweden, you definitely have at least one of. If you don't, then you're lying. At least if you're my age, that is. And it's this kind of books. Do you remember them? Did you have like 1,000 of them? Me and my sister were pretty good, kinda. These are small books that, well, these are an actual separated series, fantasy series, but you could get Sabrina, like an episode of Sabrina in this format, and a lot of people had it in this format, and people had hundreds of these, because you could usually get like 4 or 5 at the time, like pretty darn cheap, or on sale, or like a bundle price, get 3 pay for 2, and they are numbered. So I have 3007 to 3010, and then I have 3051, 3052, 3111 and 3112. They were all numbered, and someone must have all of them, to be fair. But this is a fantasy series that's not based on like a TV show or something, and it's called Den svarta Castellum by Theo Troy. Theo Troy they only wrote this series together, and there were many people involved, definitely more than 3 or 4. And as I said, one of these books you could get it like an episode of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, so these read like an episode. And I love this. This is the first series where I'm like, when's the next book coming? When is the next book coming? Because yeah, I had read Harry Potter and I was eagerly awaiting Harry Potter, but the Harry Potter books came with years in between. These came like one, and then a couple of months later comes the next one. So like you basically stocked this shelf to see when the next books were coming in, and usually there were several a month, if you count like every single of these series. But this was definitely the first series where like I scoured the shelves every single time I went to the store, and if I found one, I would return things in my cart just to be able to fit one of these in. So definitely some good memories here. I wouldn't say that this is the best thing ever, but I enjoy it when I read it, and I might reread it for like a video or something, but yeah, yeah, slightly cringeworthy by now, but yeah. And then we have the last book, and the book that probably has of these books the most interesting story around it, and that is Cupola of Eld by David Eddings, first book in the Sagan om Tamuli series. I have no idea what that's in English at the moment, but this is the first book in a trilogy by David Eddings and technically his wife. They were told by the publisher that it was better if only one person were on the cover authorized, and obviously it was the husband. Yeah, the later books fixed that. But this book I read, this is the first book, as I said, that I read by him. I read this book because a girl in the 9th grade, she was 15 and I was like 11 or 12. She didn't believe one of my classmates when she told her that I read big books and I read them fast, and I read a lot and I read fast. So she basically went like, have you read that one? Have you read that one? Have you read that one? And the answer was yes. I had read the Chronicles of Shannara, some of the books, that was ages ago. And then she was like, well, have you read this one? And I said, no, I haven't. Good, read it. Took me less than 2 days to finish it up, and I fell in love. I just love this series. The only thing, so like even today, I don't even remember what she looked like. It was that in the beginning, like around the 2000, it was after 2000, millennium there, but I don't recall what she looked like. Wore a lot of black, I can't tell you that, because they all did. That kind of like depressed emo look. But I don't really remember what she looked like. I definitely don't remember what her name was. I did at the time know what her name was. But I still think about her because I might not have picked this book up. I probably would have, because my library at the school didn't have too many big books, and as I said, I read big books. I read a lot of them. But yeah, I'm definitely grateful for that, and I still remember her being like pointing at some books and being like, have you read this one? And picking a book from a very tall shelf and being like, yeah, I read that one. I needed to ask the 2-meter long man to pick it up for me, the librarian that is, but yeah, I read it. And then this one, the only gripe I have with this, I would never recommend this book to be the first one you read, because this is the first book in a trilogy, yes, but it's the second book in a trilogy. So the first book is A Diamond Throne. It was very frustrating having finished this trilogy, going back to that one and being like, no, don't blame him. Get the real bad guy. You just met him. Destroy him. And also, oh right, I don't remember him in the second trilogy. Oh, okay, he's dead. Like, yeah, not the best thing. But I would highly recommend his books. I love them. And I'm forever grateful for her just telling me to read this, because she didn't believe that I read big books. So those are 3 bookish memories, kind of. Definitely the last one and the first one are more like real sentimental one. But as I said, this series was the first one where I was like, where is it? Can I get it now? Kind of thing. But what are some of your nostalgic bookish memories? And please share them down below. Bye.